Hello and welcome to Community Watch. Community Watch. Today we'll be talking to the Smooth operator, the owner and operator of Smoothie King. Stay with us. We'll be right back right after this.
If you're looking for a new pet that your family will cherish every day, consider adopting from a shelter. Shelters are the best places to find a new pet. That's where you'll discover healthy, loyal, and loving animals, eager to become a part of your family. A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet, so bring home your new buddy today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
Welcome to Community Watch. Greg,
Doc,
how are you doing?
I'm doing okay, brother, and yourself?
All right. So,
One of your topics.
now you say that. You say that. But you have been on the cover of V3 before.
I have, but I'm saying one of your topics because before I even thought about health in any manner, it was because you always just bombarded me with all this different aspects of health and healthy eating. So this is one of the topics I know you love because you're very big into the whole organic, healthy.
But you're not?
But I got that from you, so I'm
but
saying.
You've taken it to an extreme. You have taken it to an extreme that I never did.
Well, now you can look at me and tell me I took it to the extreme.
Well, you have taken it to the extreme.
I went and had a smoothie this morning, and I make my own a lot of mornings. So yeah, I thank you. But yeah, but still, I will contend this is your topic.
Well, I hope I get to ask a question here and there. If I can fight my way into the conversation.
I promise.
But today we're going to talk about, with our guest, we're going to talk about, I'm sure, healthy lifestyles and healthy eating, but also small business and community service.
Yes.
All of those things.
And our guest today does all of them. Yeah.
So we will have with us after the break Mr. J.J. Johnson, a Smoothie King, who talked to us about all of those topics since he is involved in all of them. And it will be an excellent and fascinating show. Do not go away. We'll be right back after this.
The color in my garden keeps the pink in my cheeks. I was very independent and thought I could take care of myself. I fell and I had to have Meals on Wheels. They're my savior. My name is Lola Silvestri. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Welcome back to Community Watch, and we're very happy to have with us today Mr. J.J. Johnson. Welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all having me.
Well, this is one of those rare occasions where we have so many different directions to go in. It's difficult to know where to begin, but it's a great cover on V3.
Thank you.
And
it was a surprise.
I am in the company of two gentlemen who've been on the cover of V3. That's an unusual moment for me.
Well, I don't know what they was thinking about with me, but
Well,
JJ.
I definitely don't know. Must have been a slow news day.
Well, tell us a little bit about the business and your decision to go into it.
More so how or why?
Well, both of those things.
Why was because at the time when we moved here, I was doing CrossFit, so working out, and I grew up on Smoothie King as a kid and an adult when I lived in Houston. I'm from Houston, and so I grew up on it, and so it was just a natural thing. when you worked out where I'm from, you went to Smoothie King afterwards to get the protein smoothie. That was just a natural thing. You worked out, you thought Smoothie King. So now I moved here and I worked out. My next thought was Smoothie King. We didn't have one. And I thought to myself, that would be a great idea if we could bring the franchise to Rome, because Rome is an outdoor place. There's colleges here. People work out all the time, and I had a bunch of people at CrossFit gyms, and so we just said, to me, thought they needed it here. There was no other smoothie place per se here. I think at the time, maybe Panera, and they may have had some smoothies, but nothing like where you can do the protein and so forth and so on. And so that was the why, is I needed my smoothie after my workout, and we didn't have it. And we didn't have one, so that was the why. Never, and so me and my wife talked about it, and she decided, she decided to send an email. I kind of went back to sleep and said, I'll think about it, we'll see. But I think she emailed at the time. I probably had been here a year and probably wasn't working yet, so she probably wanted me out the house. That's probably that's probably the main reason why she sent the email.
You gotta get a job.
Hey. So she sent the email, and anyway, they called us back. The corporate called us back and said they wanted to put a Smoothie King in Rome. They just hadn't had a franchisee that was interested in doing it, and so the opportunity came about, and so I became that franchisee to put one here. To answer the how, it took some time. It's a lot of red tape you got to jump through, not only with a franchise, but in Rome. But I think the major obstacle to overcome was finding a location. The first location, we thought we were going to build a freestanding building across from the hospital. Logistics and things with the GDOT, and that just didn't work out. So for some time, I couldn't find a spot. Basically, you need, for a Smoothie King, most fast food franchises, you definitely want to be on the main thoroughfare, the main road, term McCall. And there was nothing available, certainly in a small 1,500, 1,200, 2,000 square foot range. So I really thought we was going to have to end up going all the way to Cartersville at first. And then I said in the article, but I asked Wayne Robinson, I introduced myself to him sometime, and I went and asked him, and he told me that Ward Pharmacy was either just moved or removing, I can't really remember, it was in 2015, or moving out their space to where I'm at now, next to Aldi and Steak and Shake and that whole shopping center. Went over, true enough, they wasn't there, had a signing, wanted to lease, called the landlord, and that took a little negotiating, but we worked out a deal and called corporate. Corporate came down, they looked at it to make sure it agrees. That's the thing about people in my franchises. Corporation has a lot to say, what you can and cannot do. It's a plus and a minus, but it's certainly a plus because you just can't be a run-of-the-mill and do whatever you want to do, because you definitely want to be the same across the board. Smoothie King has 1,100 stores, and so we can't. JJ's store can't be one way, and the store in Tampa is a different way. So they came down, approved it, and then that got the ball running to open the franchise.
So you have kind of a long relationship with smoothies.
I think so. We love each other.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Because it's fascinating, because I don't recall ever really a smoothie. I just, not growing up here, that was just nothing I ever thought about.
And people, initially when I opened, when you said smoothie, and I think over the years, we had opened 3.5 years now, I changed the mindset, because a lot of people said smoothie, they thought of ice cream, they thought of sugary drink. They thought strawberry banana from McDonald's or something. And so that was another obstacle after we were open, was trying to get people to get the aspect that is a healthier alternative to fast food. It was trying to get them in their mind that when I work out or if I want to do something a little healthier, go get a smoothie. Not if I want to give me a Friday night treat for my kids and I go get them a sugary drink. And so it took some time to transform that thinking that surely, fruit, water, ice, and protein can't be, bad for you. Can't be too bad for you. So I was trying to change that. A lot of people come in and say, "Can I get a Coca-Cola slushie?" We don't sell that. We don't sell that. Okay, I want. Can we get a scoop of ice cream? People just didn't know here in Rome because it was new. They didn't know what it was. Now, although we're surrounded by Smoothie King franchises, and in Canton and Atlanta and Kennesaw, Tennessee. It just didn't know here, and so it was taking time to really transform the thinking of what we are.
So 3.5 years later, how's business now?
Business is up. I'm not rich, but but no, business is good. People now, what I like about it now is that people come in now and they know what it's about, and so they'll come in and say, "Let me get a mango kale." Sub the whey protein, I want vegan protein instead, add probiotics or add fiber. So now they know, or they're coming, I want a gladiator and I want it with almond milk, and can you add some energy boost, or can you add some BCAAs to it? And so now I still have some that's still trying to figure it out, but I'm glad to see now that the people who started with me are coming in, rolling it off like, they know
what they want.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder, did smoothies start out as more sugary, ice creamy items and then transform into
That's a good question.
the healthy smoothies that you sell now?
And smoothies in general, I'm not sure. But if we're referring to Smoothie King, it's always been that way. The founder, he started because he had friends who had different ailments, and he wanted a better natural way to help them with their different ailments. That's how he came up with the idea of smoothie. And he wanted one. He had another friend that was sick, cancer, I think it was, or something of that nature. And so he couldn't get all the nutrients and calories in from traditionally eating. And so he came up with a smoothie that had all the nutrition that you needed, but be able to drink it and to put on the weight that he needed while he went through chemo.
So are you able to advise or fashion a smoothie to fit a person's health needs?
We do our best. And so what I mean by that, I've known people that come in there now who've had cancer, and they need a smoothie with more dense, more calories. And so what we usually do is we'll find one on the board. And mind you, every ingredient that we put in this smoothie is individually put in. So it's not nothing that you just pre-made. It's individually put in. And so we'll try to find one that's high calorie, and we'll switch. Like maybe it's high calorie, but it has a lot of peanut butter in it. And so they don't want peanut butter. So we'll take the peanut butter out. Maybe add almond butter if they say they okay with that. Some people have allergies, so they can't have certain things. So to answer your question, we try to mix and match and swap out and add in to our best of our ability with the ingredients that we have access to there.
Okay. We're coming up on our break here. When we come back, we're going to continue this conversation about health and also throw some community service in. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Your life is filled with opportunities to show the world you can take charge. It's waking up each day with a mission. It's working each day toward a goal. It's choosing to rise. It's charging forward with a purpose. It's changing the course of your life and taking charge of your future. If you're ready to be a Take Charger, enroll at Georgia Highlands College today.
Welcome back to Community Watch. We're having a conversation with Mr. J.J. Johnson of Smoothie King, who has become kind of a health food guide. Through
Use
his
that loosely.
business. I don't know. I got to ask how the status of kale. Has kale gotten more popular or less in the time that you've been open?
More popular. People want their greens.
Yeah.
And our kale is organic, and the spinach is organic, and the carrots is organic, and people now want, right now, in January, February, everybody's on their health kick. Everything is great. Everything is great right now. People want more greens, and they want more different proteins, and people are becoming vegans, and some people are if you CrossFit, it used to be well, I think they want paleo, and so the other big thing is keto. And so we have all that now that we didn't have, I guess, several years ago. So now it's everybody wants their greens now. I think I'm ordering more kale, and from 2 years ago, I'm ordering more in kale and spinach than I was 2 years ago.
I can tell you that makes sense because I know one of the things I struggle with is making sure I get enough greens in my diet and vegetables. So I know if I do a smoothie, okay, I'm pretty much good for the moment. It's like I at least got some in.
And you can hide it.
Yeah, and it's easy.
Especially if you put it in a mango kale, or we got a lemon ginger spinach one. It hides it. We got a pineapple spinach one. The pineapple overtakes it.
Yes.
But you still got the spinach in there, and so you're good. That's how I get my daughter to get her. I get her a strawberry banana, and I add spinach in there. She's excited about the strawberries and banana. That's all she can taste. She don't know Daddy put some spinach in there to get her vegetables. That's the only way because she don't want to eat it neither.
Well, I know you're up to some other things in town as well as your business, because you've been very active.
Yes.
For someone who hasn't been in Rome forever.
I don't know how it happened. I just jumped in.
Well, you in now.
You're right. I just jumped in, and I don't know what happened. Maybe I can't say no. I don't know.
Well, tell us some of the things that you've gotten involved in that have seemed meaningful to you or important to you.
I guess, well, I can tell you how I started. I joined the chamber when I first opened. And this is honest. I didn't know what a chamber was, what a chamber does. So I literally went, and people don't believe this, but I went from a very bad neighborhood, moved from there to Rome. I grew up in the whole neighborhood I grew up in. And even when I was if you didn't know, I was a police officer in Houston, I went back and patrolled that same neighborhood I grew up in. I love my neighborhood, but statistically, it's not the best neighborhood.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. And so I didn't have access to these chambers. I didn't know anything about them. I had no idea what that was even about. But when I got to Rome, people said, you need to join the chamber. Your small business need to join the chamber. And I said, okay, well, so I joined. And I joined the chamber, and now that was in 2016 when I joined the chamber, in October 2016. And so here we are now in the earlier part of 2020 that I now sit on the board of the chamber, and there's a vice chair for small business and entrepreneurship on the chamber. So to go to your question, being involved, the chamber has been kind of my child, I guess. I mean, my thing. It catapulted me to a lot of different things. If anybody's out there wanting small business watching, definitely join the chamber. But it got me involved in a lot of different things. It gave me access to a lot of different organizations and people that I might not necessarily, I was new to Rome, so I didn't know. And then when you get involved with these nonprofits and you hear about them and you say, well, I like to, if you need anything, that's kind of how it started. I always say, if you need anything, let me know.
And they did.
And they did.
And they did.
And they
we
did. If you need anything, let me know. And so I started getting involved in it that way. It went from that. Then I got involved in Boys and Girls Club. Then Community Kitchen became my big thing. We do a can-a-thon for them. We've done it twice now. Well, we've raised, I think our last one we did over 1,000 cans. We was able to raise to give away to them. And so just getting involved in those things, it came through the chamber, but you was able to meet
Other people.
different people, and it was basically, if you need anything, let me know. And hence when they, when I was always taught you're just supposed to, you're blessed to be a blessing. And so you just help out where you can. And I never thought it would be anything from it. I guess that's just kind of my nature. You just kind of help out where you can and do what you can because you want to pay it forward. You never know. Maybe one day I may be in need for something. I sure hope somebody, the seeds I've sown there will come back with something if I need it and somebody help me out. So that's how I got involved in, the community stuff, and now sit on several different boards just trying to help Rome as much as possible.
And Mr. Johnson is a new member of the 100.
Really?
Yes. Well, actually, he actually joined last year, part of last year.
Yeah.
But I think what you're saying, there's a part that you're being very modest about. A lot of people join the chamber, and a lot of people don't just do what you do in the community. So there has to be an aspect that propels you to say, I want to be of service to other people. Because let's be honest, a lot of us that could be doing a lot in the community, we just don't do it. So the fact that you're a business owner and you make time to do all these things, I think it speaks to who you are. It speaks to you personally, because it has to matter, especially being a transplant, to come and get involved in different communities and different organizations, because that's needed. And I do think that's why you're on the cover of V3. People have noticed that, that you've come in and your willingness, because I know a couple of years ago, you was at foundation camp.
Yeah, that's true.
And with your healthy smoothies.
That's true.
But the kids didn't know they were healthy.
They enjoyed it anyway.
They enjoyed it.
They enjoyed it. But I think you're right. A lot of it is just maybe services in me. I don't know. I asked me the same question. Excuse me, when I had to do an interview for the Heart of Community. They said, why do you do what you do? And why do fish swim? I mean, that's just who they are, and you can't really explain why they do it if that's what they've always done. And I guess for me, that's how I've always been.
Mm-hmm.
From a young boy, I guess it's supposed to take care of those that you can, and so I try to do my best in that part. And if a man asks, for a coat, don't tell him to come back tomorrow if you got it now.
Yes.
Help him out then. And so I remember when I was a captain, I used to patrol. I used to go to the bank and get a stack of 100 ones. And what that was is when I drove around, and if I saw a homeless person or a homeless person needed something, I always had ones to hand out. Why? Cops used to say, why do you do that? I don't have an answer why. I just know that's something that I'm supposed to do. I've done stuff here. I've seen kids out having a car wash. It's hot out there. It's summertime. I know they're trying to raise some money. I have, on an off day, on a Saturday, maybe I'm not even at the store. I have seen them called my store and said, hey, make me 30 smoothies. Pick them up, and I go and take it to them. I've done that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, just
It's
I don't
just
know.
part of your DNA.
Yeah, I can't tell you. I can't tell you the reason. So, it's just stuff like when you came to me and said the boys were going,
Need some soup.
need some suits. I emptied the closet. I don't know how many I gave. I lost
Yeah, I
count.
was like, well, we didn't need that many, did you? But
I don't know how many I gave. But my point is, you needed it, and
You had it
if
to
I
give.
had it to give, then I give it.
Yeah.
Now, if I don't have it, I can't give you what I don't have, but I can give you what I do have. So,
Well, as obvious, not only from V3, but the Heart of the Community honor, people are noticing.
so
That's a pretty big deal.
that's what they told me, and they came to me and said,
You have to dress up for that.
"Oh, I know. I'm dressed." But they told me when they was coming, they said, "You've been out." And I said, "For what?" I said, and I said, I haven't gone to I don't know, Zimbabwe. I haven't gone to Haiti. I haven't done these mission trips. And aren't those the people that you give those to? They said, no, we give it to people who we think are deserving and who have been here for the community. And you've been that person. I was floored. Because what I done wasn't nothing for no accolades. It's just what I do, and then they wanted to honor it. I almost told them no, but then that been rude, so I had to say yeah. So, whatever I can do, I'm here. Rome is now my family.
Yeah.
So I'm here.
Your kids Romans.
They are. And it's funny now. She has, Romans. I don't know if y'all know this. Y'all have a little twang when y'all talk.
Yes, just a little bit.
And now my daughter has a little twang. That's so funny. I said, "Where you from?" Wrong. I love it. I swear I do.
My goodness.
Well, you're obviously doing some great things and making a difference, and so much so that even in the short time, relatively, that you've been here, people are really noticing.
Oh,
So
appreciate it.
I think that's a challenge for
Everyone.
everyone else.
Yeah. And they good. And the smoothies,
And the smoothies are great.
good.
Smoothies are great. Okay.
Mango kale is one of my favorites. Yeah.
They are great now.
Yeah.
No one can
Yeah,
touch
you
us
used to
on
make
this
fun
taste.
of my kale, by the way.
I know,
You
but
used to make fun of me and kale.
I told you I got this from you. I told you I got this from you.
Yeah. I'm sorry. That's a nice moment. We have got to take another break. Do not go away, though, because we've got more right after this.
Seven 7,000 high school students drop out every school day. That's a line of desks more than 4 miles long. We can keep students in school. Visit boostup.org and take the first step.
Welcome back to Community Watch, where we've been having a conversation with J.J. Johnson of Smoothie King and community champion, award winner, and cover of B3. And I would like a show just to hear you talking about how you prepare kale. I mean, that is such a treat for
I
me.
do.
That is a treat for me.
I told you at the beginning of this show.
He's changed.
Thank you.
He's a changed man.
Smoothie King, for folks who don't know, where is it located?
The address is 832 Turner McCall Boulevard, next to Aldi. If you know where Aldi is on Turner McCall,
Right.
you don't know where Aldi's at, then that's where it's at.
Thank you for being with us. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time on Community Watch.